Hi everyone, it's Mitch. It's Monday, October 20th, and I'm still smiling ear to ear from my 10-3 record on my strong picks, my high-rated picks this past weekend against the spread. That's the best weekend we've had all season, and I know, looking around the internet, not too many people had a good weekend this weekend, but when the going gets tough, when the spreads get tight, when conference play arrives, it's just right for us, and that's what we've been saying all along. And we're going to continue that this week because we got just a fantastic slate of games. Before I get to those, I just want to briefly touch on my picking contest. It's all free. It takes about 20 seconds to enter total. As far as being eligible to be in it by signing up for my newsletter, it takes about 20 seconds. You won't be spammed. You're just going to get my newsletter, which is more free picks, site news, things like that, and you'll also be eligible for the picking contest, and all the rules and everything will be sent out beginning Tuesday night, but they'll be sent out all week to anyone who signs up later on as well. In any event, let's get to this week's games because there's just some great games going on this week, and the spreads are already out, and they're moving, and I haven't done any research, but I can feel that already. I'm in my zone, and I've been saying all along that the second half of the season is where I make my move, and I sure made it this past weekend. While a lot of people out there were stubbing their toes, we were out there winning a lot of games. Let's get on with it and just talk about some of the games that are out there. We have Florida hosting Kentucky, laying 23 points. It's a lot of points. Never quite sure which Gator team's going to show up or which Kentucky team, but we do know Kentucky has a stingy defense. Their offense really hasn't been that impressive. Miami is laying 2.5 to Wake Forest. I've seen this line as high as 3. I would have never thought this a month ago that the Canes would be laying that. Of course, we're not going to be picking that game here. If you guys want to talk about it in the forums, we're more than happy to do that. San Jose State and Boise is a great Friday night game. The line opened Boise laying 7.5 on the road. It's already down to 7, and that one's probably going to decide go a long way into deciding the WAC title. Thursday night we got Auburn and West Virginia. West Virginia laying 3.5. Auburn, maybe not the glitz that we thought that game was going to have, maybe a couple months ago, but still, a great matchup for a Thursday night. We have this week LSU is hosting Georgia. LSU opens as a 2-point favorite against the Georgia Bulldogs, and wow, SEC football and conference battles. Another great conference battle. It's going to be in the Big Ten. Penn State visits Columbus at Ohio State. Penn State is laying 2.5 points. That means the Buckeyes are a home dog. Very, very rare to see that in Columbus. And it'll be interesting to see where the line moves. But opening at 2.5, it's going to. While I do think there will be some line movement, I think the Buckeyes are still, dogs by the time that game kicks off, and it'll be interesting to see which side we're on, after I do a little bit of research on that one as well. The Michigan State game is this weekend. The games are so good this weekend. That one's like way down the list, and Michigan State is laying 5.5 on the road in Ann Arbor. A lot of people think that there's a bigger disparity between those two teams this year, and maybe there is, but when those two teams meet, you could throw the record books out. Just a great slate of games. Texas is playing Oklahoma State, battle of undefeateds. Texas is just every week in a main event style game right now in this part of their schedule, and Oklahoma State not getting a lot of love from the polls, not getting a lot of love from the media, but they're getting 13 points from the Longhorns this week. Texas Tech playing Kansas, also in the Big 12. That game is pick 'em. Texas Tech, undefeated, top 10 team. Kansas coming off, 14-point loss to Oklahoma. It wasn't quite as close as the 14 points. They scored the garbage touchdown, costing us the cover in that game against Oklahoma. Just, across the board, great action like that, and we're going to be talking about it all week long. And I'll be in the forums, talking games like I normally am. Sign up for the picking contest if you haven't had a chance to do so yet. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have a good amount of people that subscribe to the newsletter. I'm not so sure how many are gonna play in the game, but we'll find out soon enough. I'm sure it'll be growing every week, all the way through to the bowls. But in any event, this is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow when we have a game, and we'll be picking games all week like we normally do, and putting together that huge winning record by the end of the season. And Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the forums.